everyone, Miss Stacy here with United Sports Academy, and my home gymnast is joining me. We've got something we've got to do though. She still needs a name. So that's going to be you guys' assignment on ClassDojo. I need you to submit me some names. In the meantime, I could call her Miss Nobody. I know that may not sound funny to most of you guys, but I have this one class, you guys all know who you are, that at the beginning of the year, when I had a hard time remembering names, I have a hard time remembering names a lot of the time, and I would say, I need everyone to tell me their name so I can do roll call. And most of the people in the class would tell me their name was Nobody. So, and I kept promising I would bring in the poem called Mr. Nobody so that we could read it together, and I never brought it in. So I actually got it here pulled up on my little phone so we can read it together. I first heard of this poem when I was you guys' age because my grandmother would refer to Mr. Nobody all the time, and we didn't know what she was talking about because when all of us grandkids would be at her house and one of us would leave toys out and she'd say, "Who made this mess?" And we'd all shake our head that we didn't do it, and she'd go, "Mr. Nobody must have done it." And when she'd be missing a piece of paper or missing her pen, and she'd be like, "Who took my pen?" And we'd all say, "I didn't do it." And she would say, "Mr. Nobody must have done it." So that's what this poem is about. How when things go wrong, a lot of times, Mr. Nobody gets blamed for it because nobody says that they did it. So this is how the poem goes. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse, who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house. There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we break was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always tears out books, who leaves the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirts and scatters pins afar. That squeaking door will always squeak, for prithee, don't you see? We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in mud, and all the carpets soil. The papers always are mislaid. Who had them last but he? There's no one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. The finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill. The boots that lying round you see are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody. So I had some unique words in there because some of those words are kind of old words, but we can still understand the meaning of it, huh? I like that poem. It's funny. Well, I think she should have a different name other than Miss Nobody. So we need to come up with a name for her so I can reference her when she's helping us out with our gymnastics. Have you made a gym for any of your dolls at home? I really love her vault. Do you see what I made this vault out of? It's actually a staple remover. But what I like is when she jumps at it, it springs just like the springboard does at the gym. Now, some of my friends gave a few suggestions for a name for her. They say I wanted to give you what those suggestions are. Stephanie, Balance. I think that's because her favorite thing is balance beam, right? Or what about Balance Beam Beanie? Or Michelle. I was also thinking B might be a good name for her. So on ClassDojo, your assignment will be to tell me what name you think she should have. And then after you do your assignment of giving me some suggestions of names, then I'll be able to give you an award on ClassDojo. And you'll be able to use those to make your monster fancier. And I think that's it for today. So I'll be back soon to do some gymnastics with you guys. Bye.